Hi guys. I've seen some posts where people are looking for suggestions for what they can add to their classrooms, and I thought I would show you a little bit about my classroom if you haven't seen some of the other videos that I've posted. So I thought what I would do is start at the front door and show you around a little bit. It's a pretty big room. Essentially, let me start by when you first walk in, I've got a bookshelf that's full of lots and lots of different resources, history of design, animation, art. I've got the all important pricing and ethical guidelines handbook for designers. I've got all kinds of illustration manuals and books, and communication arts magazines and illustrators books. These actually go back to the 80s, and so I've got a lot of historical stuff to look at. We've got a rack for the brochures that I have as examples. I also have an example of bad design, my little part of the wall that explains what, or kind of gives a demonstration of what to look for in terms of terrible design. I've got a little bit of some historical advertising from I think National Geographic and Time magazine from the mid-50s. On the far wall here, I've got a pair of font walls. So I took a lot of time and just basically printed all of these out, cut them out, and put them all on the wall, just to give an example of the sort of fonts that that my students might be able to utilize. And yes, of course, I've got some my favorite albums and their album art, because we do some illustration projects where we're recreating, or not recreating, but creating our own album art. If you notice on the walls, these plastic displays, these are retail, they're 11 by 17 retail plexiglass displays I put up on my wall because I got sick and tired of stapling all of my students' work on the wall and then having to pull all of those staples back out. That was killing me. So these actually are really, really useful. They open up, you slide whatever you want in there. Yeah. Back over here, I've got on the wall, I've got my basically examples from my own portfolio. I also have a heat press. I've got some vinyl material, sticker material, as well as heat press vinyl for making t-shirts and such. Here are some examples of some t-shirts that we've made. And this machine right here, I highly recommend if you're going to have a printer in your room, if you're going to be printing a lot of prints, get yourself the Epson. This is an ET16500, 16500. It's the ink tank. This is the one that comes with like 2 years of ink, and there is the ink right there. Okay, really, really great machine. I think I refill it maybe, I just top it off, once a year, something like that. In the very center of my room, I have a touch display. This is I think a 65 or a 68 inch display. I used to use this enormous thing on the ceiling up there. What is it? The movie screen with the overhead projector. But colors and quality and the crispness did not come out looking all that great, and plus the screen jiggles with the air conditioning. So this monitor is, like I said, it's touch. You can have up to 5 or 6 different people touching it at the same time. It's really, really cool. Great way to display graphic design work, and I don't have to turn the lights off to show it on the screen. Right, okay, in the back room over here, I'm going to take you in the back room. This was an photo studio at one point, and then we converted it to several different things, and I actually turned this into a conference room. I run the Design Rescue design studio out of this room. Essentially, my students who make up the Design Rescue team have clients who come in here and they do their consultations, like real clients from the community, and this is where we start the projects off. So that's basically it. There are a bunch of different things that I do. I think I may have shown you this before as well. I've got a table full of graphic design materials, and I use this basically to show, examples of great design, give them, samples that they might be able to, be inspired by and possibly, recreate for instance, what if they wanted to create this kind of typography, this sort of a type treatment? They've got the inspiration right there. They can try and, they can look at it and recreate it right there. Anyway. And then on this wall over here, we've got a collection of posters, show posters from the Segerstrom Center for the Arts in Costa Mesa, California. And then on the counter, we've got boxes that contain brand new hardbound sketchbooks ready to go for all of my new students. Everybody gets one when they come into my classroom. So that's basically it. I just wanted to show you around a little bit. I hope this has, inspired you a little bit. I've been actually fortunate to to be at a school where we receive the funding enough to get a lot of this stuff. So, obviously, not everybody's going to be in that sort of a position. But if you have the ability, here are some things. I hope I've shown you some things that you might try to add to your classroom. Bye, everybody. I'll see you later.